In 2015, CubeHamster and a group of Minecraft modders released a new map. This was one of the most advanced Minecraft maps released up to that point, using over 6,000 command blocks to create an immersive experience and change what was possible within the limits of vanilla Minecraft. The map's name, the Heist. However, the Heist is known among speedrunners for an entirely different reason. This is the Heist, all floors, and this is how speedrunners broke the game into pieces. In the Heist, the player is a common criminal tasked with infiltrating Gameband headquarters. Your goal is to make your way down the facility from the roof to floor -6, stealing all the prototypes along the way. As you descend through the building, the security systems employed to stop you get increasingly advanced. The way most security systems work is to increase your alarm level. Once your alarm level reaches full, the game will send you to jail and force you to restart the level. However, there is a workaround. Once per level, you can visit the security office to reset your alarm level back to 0. Some security offices also allow you to turn off security elements for that level. The game starts with a small section in the Welcome Wagon, where the player is introduced to the energy bar and hacking Gameband. After completing this short tutorial, an intro cutscene will play, and we are dropped off on an alley next to the Gameband facility. We must infiltrate the building's vent system and enter the ground floor, at which point the real challenge begins. Here's what you're looking at. This is a map of the first level of the Heist, Lobby, seen from above. Going forward, I'll annotate all rooms with a prototype with this icon, all rooms with a keycard with this icon, and the elevator down to the next level with this icon. Once in the lobby, we are confronted with our first real level. Our objective is to obtain a keycard and make it to the elevator at the end of the level. However, this camera is on the optimal path between the start of the level and the elevator, forcing early speedrunners to go around it. After descending to level -1, better known as robots, we are introduced to our first mobile security device. The robots patrol this level on a set pattern, and it's our job to avoid them. This level also introduces prototypes. Since our objective is to collect all the prototypes and leave, we are required to collect all of them before progressing to the next level. In addition, we need to collect 2 keycards in order to open the elevator and move on. This is what the early route for robots looked like. You'll notice that players make 2 visits to this room despite it not having a keycard or prototype. This is the security office, which allows players to reset their alarm level and disable a nearby camera. While this is a significant detour, it's much safer than trying to run through the entire level without filling up your alarm bar. The next level in line is -2, aka Code. This level has 2 prototypes and 2 keycards, with the red keycard being required for vent access and the green keycard being used to access the room with the X-ray prototype. In addition, we have to use X-ray mode on this wall in order to read the elevator code before we can continue downwards. Up next is -3, or lasers. This level introduces 2 lasers, which instantly send you to jail if you run through. You must obtain stealth mode in order to pass through lasers. This level has 2 prototypes and 1 keycard. However, the keycard is extremely far away and requires a huge detour in order to collect. After completing lasers, the game has a big spike in difficulty with the next level, Sonar. In this level, the traditional cameras and robots are complemented with sonar cameras, which give you more alarm level if you're moving quickly. This is very challenging for both new players and speedrunners alike. This level contains 3 prototypes and 2 keycards, and the optimal route looks like this. Uh-oh. We've just arrived in the hardest and most complicated level in the Heist, Bridges. This level features 3 prototypes and 3 keycards. with incredibly tight security that's nearly impossible to escape. Thankfully, this level can be quite laggy due to the amount of security equipment, allowing some players to run through the traditional cameras and robots while taking only a small amount of alarm level. This level also requires significant backtracking, as the objectives are scattered all across the level. After completing bridges, the game takes an unexpected turn. It turns out we were hired to test the security of the building, and our accomplice was acting without permission of the company. We're given 5 minutes to escape before he can turn on the main alarm and alert the police. This is the only linear level in the game, with our goal being to make it to the teleportation prototype at the end of the level and escape to safety. The first known speedrun of the Heist was a 520 any percent run completed by a player named Wout12345 shortly after release. In the comments of the video, he mentioned getting an all floors time around 23 minutes, but never recording a run due to the difficulty of the sonar levels. It would take until 2020 for the first recorded run to appear. In that year, a new player named Riley Tech achieved a 33-minute time in the Heist. Unlike its predecessor, this run had a video for us to analyze. This run used the same route I've just mentioned and got busted several times throughout the speedrun. However, I was determined to beat Wout's unrecorded 23-minute time and got to work. In order to get close to the 23-minute run, I took the basic route from before and made several improvements. First, running past this camera in lobby instead of going around saves a significant amount of time without adding much risk. Once I arrived in robots, I decided to collect hacking level 2 right away and only visit the security office once. This is significantly more risky, as you now need to run past this camera twice instead of being able to disable it. However, I still visited the security offices in laser and sonar to reset my alarm level, both of which cost significant time. Using these early strategies, I was able to lower my time to a 1919, beating both Wout's unrecorded run and the sub 20 barrier. By cutting out the security office visit in sonar, I achieved an 1803. However, a major discovery was about to change the future of the category. In between levels, the game normally resets your inventory and clears all keycards you've obtained from the previous level. However, I was messing around in an elevator one day, and this happened. The helmet on the player's head is called night vision goggles, and it has the property of resetting the player's inventory when clicked. For example, if you accidentally drop a Gameband in the middle of a level, the item disappears quickly and you need to use night vision goggles to get it back. However, using the goggles to reset your inventory right as the game clears it between levels causes you to keep the keycards from the previous level. This was an incredible discovery, and it drastically simplified the route in almost every level. For comparison, here are the routes for code, lasers, and bridges with the new strategy. In addition, the player now takes less alarm level throughout the run, making security office skips significantly easier and saving even more time. Overall, this new strategy would save several minutes. In addition to this, I also started going for the busted strat. This strategy was originally showcased in Wout's any percent run. It turns out that when you get busted, the game takes a few seconds to send you to jail. If you complete the level during that time period, the game will instead act as though you've completed the level successfully. This is most useful in the last room of escape. Here, the player is supposed to magnetize onto these blocks, grab teleportation mode, and travel back to the mainland, since teleportation mode requires the player to have max energy at 200. However, it's possible to get inside the cage without using any energy with a quick use of magnet mode and by running through the laser. Since we're not in stealth mode, this busts us instantly, but we still have time to grab teleportation mode and finish the game before it attempts to take us to jail. This saves a significant amount of time from needing to recharge after using the energy-intensive stealth mode. Thanks to these new strategies, I took the world record down to a 16:19. At this point, I started using another strategy from Wout's any% run. When completing bridges and entering escape normally, the game plays a cutscene that usually takes 2 to 3 minutes. The length of this cutscene is lag dependent, and it's the longest elevator cutscene in the game. By getting busted right at the start of the elevator cutscene, the game plays the 20-second long busted cutscene instead of the 3-minute elevator cutscene. This new discovery allowed me to lower my time all the way down to a 12:48. Since the world record was now significantly more optimized, I started looking for additional time saves. The longest cutscene still in the run was the intro cutscene, which plays once you complete the welcome wagon. After experimenting with deaths in the intro cutscene, I found something interesting. By dying right before the intro cutscene ends, you can restart the map and skip the intro cutscene on your next playthrough, saving 30 seconds. This marked a major shift in the category, as all floors moved from a traditional New Game speedrun to New Game Plus. Going forward, you now need a copy of the map with a pre-generated optimal setup. I quickly achieved the 12:11 with intro cutscene skip, and then hit a wall. The all floors run was now getting quite optimized, and I didn't have much time left to save. To combat this, I took a closer look at Wout's run from the beginning of the video. In his run, Wout used version 1.1 of the heist, compared to my runs which used 1.4. It turns out that 1.1 skips the welcome wagon tutorial. In exchange, you need to hack this keypad in lobby in order to obtain an objective required to complete the level. Overall, this map change saved 3 seconds. However, those 3 seconds weren't enough for me. I also decided to go for an extremely risky strategy. This is Robot's security office skip. This is a map of robots. The security office is here, and it allows you to reset your alarm level and disable this camera. Given that the optimal route runs past this camera 3 times, we used to think that skipping the security office would be impossible. However, it's possible to skip the security office entirely and save 30 seconds. The downside? This strategy is extremely luck dependent, and is entirely based on how much alarm level the camera gives you. If your game is not lagging, the camera will bust you quickly. If your game is lagging too much, you'll lose too much time and be forced to reset. Since lag is largely outside of your control, you have to run and hope that everything lines up. The chance of getting Robot's security office skip is less than 10%, but I started going for it anyway. The result? I was able to achieve an 11:35. At this point, I decided to take an extended break from the category. When I came back in 2022, I discovered another new strategy. This one is called Door Early. Normally, the game prevents you from opening doors that require hacking level 2 until you get the Gameband upgrade located here. The way the game does this is by placing invisible slimes in the door frame, preventing you from right-clicking it until you hack the keypad. As it turns out, the developers forgot to make these slimes immune to player damage. Oops. However, Door Early only had limited utility. Theoretically, using Door Early to open a door is faster than the hacking Gameband, but in practice, it's extremely difficult to mash fast enough. Even if your mashing is good, the other slime can get in the way and stop you from going through the door. Due to these challenges, the only spot where Door Early saves time is this door in Robots. By obtaining Research Level 2 before hacking Level 2, you can take a much shorter path through the level. In addition, you only need to run past this camera twice, making security office skips significantly easier. At this point, I decided to grow a pair of hands and demonstrate the speedrun on camera. At this point, Sub 10 was within reach. All it would take is one last discovery. That last discovery did not take long to find. When resetting the level after getting busted, the game misses a few spots and doesn't reset them correctly. These iron filing cabinets are actually furnaces, and all of them are supposed to be empty. Since the game never expects anything to be in them, it doesn't reset them with the rest of the level. That means if you put a keycard into one, it'll stay there on your next run. This strat, dubbed DKP, or Desk Keycard Preservation, allows you to skip the green keycard route entirely in robots, and collect the green keycard here instead. This once again simplifies the route, and makes security office skip even easier. However, adapting this strategy to the Gamebands proved challenging. Since the Gamebands are coded differently, obtaining a Gameband early doesn't actually do anything. If you try to use it, it'll just be removed from your inventory. That is, with one major exception. Teleportation mode, the last prototype in the game, only has one function. Its job is to take you to the ending credits, and is coded differently from all other Gamebands. Whether you collected it legitimately or not, it will still work. Coincidentally, Escape is an entirely linear level. If you place teleportation mode in the first desk in the level, you can skip almost all of it and save 60 seconds. This strategy is called DPP, or Desk Prototype Preservation. After these new discoveries, I combined all of the strats and achieved this run. At this point, I stopped grinding the heist, and my 948 stands as the world record today. So, what's next for the heist? It turns out you can actually transport teleportation mode between levels, even in adventure mode, allowing you to complete the game directly from the welcome wagon and get a 0-second any percent time. However, this strategy skips all the floors, so we can't use it here. There's still one more discovery on the horizon, objective autocomplete. This strategy has long been the holy grail of the heist speedrunning, and at some points has even had a significant cash bounty associated with it. If we can use New Game Plus strategies to obtain a prototype at the start of the level, all we need to do is run to the end and activate the elevator. There have been some theoretical demonstrations that suggest this is possible, but nothing consistent or usable in runs. If objective autocomplete is ever found, the category will undergo another major transformation. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, please follow me on Twitch and join my Discord server. The link is in the description.